Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the World of Football's weekly NFL picks. I am your host, Adam Snow, and with me for Week 17, 2 weeks left in the season, regular season, with me, as always, wearing the North Division Championship shirt, Randy Snow over there, and in the middle, Aaron, not wearing his division shirt because he didn't get one yet. It's in the mail, I'm sure. But, yeah, guys, how we doing? Big week for Lions fans, and 2 more weeks left, still playoffs.
Definitely makes up for my terrible week of picking, knowing that the Lions are division champs.
Hey, that's just like fantasy football. As long as the Lions win, I don't care about how my fantasy team or how the picks go. As long as the Lions win, I don't care. But yeah, so the premise of this is obviously to pick all the NFL games and see how well we do. And so we're going to take a look at how we did in the recent weeks. So like last week, we did have one new picker actually pop up. Monty, we appreciate you. Even though you only picked 7 games and went 5-2. But looking at everybody who participated, though, on the regular basis, Kyle took the lead last week with a 12-4 record, followed by myself, B. Lewis, and Mike, and Royce at 11-5. Leonard and Liz went 10-6. Randy and Hawkeye 07 both went 9-7. Aaron went 8-8. And Cringe missed 3 games and went 7-6. So at least everybody's above 500. I mean, that's about the best we can all say.
Yeah. A little note on Cringe. He told me that he missed the Thursday night game, so then he sent me his picks, but he missed 2 of the games in what he sent me. So I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I didn't realize that until after the weekend was all over with. So yeah, 13 games for him.
Hey, it happens, season of Christmas. Words are hard. And, people are all over the place, so It's easy to forget. But, okay, then that's going to take us over to the overall standings. And like we tried doing last week, we got it kind of in 2 different sections. We got the people who've been around full time with Mike Dolph taking the lead with 159 correct picks. How about that? A 66.25 percentage. Followed by Hawkeye 07, B. Lewis, Liz, myself, finally overtaking Aaron and Randy, and the 2 of you are both tied with 141 and 99 records. And then we'll call them part-timers, even though some people have been here longer than others. Kyle still has the best winning percentage of everybody with a 68.54 percentage. Then you got Royce, Leonard, and Cringe there with their stats after 16 weeks of picking. So we're coming right down to it. We'll have a person with the best percentage. We'll have a person who picked the most right at the end of the year, and then we'll kind of start fresh for the playoffs. I think that's what we normally do, Randy. I always forget. I like to count them, but you like to make it a separate thing.
Yep, it's got to be separate because that's how I beat you the last couple of years. So that's the way it's going to be.
Oh, that's why. Okay. But without further ado, let's get into this week's picks. Dad, if you could please read your famous disclaimer.
If you plan to use our predictions as a means to justify your own gambling bets, then you, my friend, are an idiot. We don't know what we're talking about, and you should never listen to us for gambling advice. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Yep, all right. And with that being said, let's jump into the Week 17 slate of games, starting with Thursday night as the New York Jets take on the Cleveland Browns. Dad, take it away.
Ooh, I get to start, huh? Well, the Jets have looked better last week than they have in a while, but I'm going to go with the more consistent Cleveland Browns in this game.
Yep, give me the orange hot Browns.
Yep, the Browns, 10 wins in the same season with the Lions with 10 wins for the first time in 70 years. So clearly something you've never seen in your lifetime either, Dad. So
No.
I'm gonna keep the Browns, trucking there. So give me them Browns.
And I believe 70 years ago when that happened, the 2 met in the NFL championship game. I think that was 1953, and Detroit came out on top in that one.
I mean, I would do anything to see a Lions-Browns Super Bowl. That would take 2 teams off that list too.
Yep,
that'd be pretty great.
I would like to see just for historical reasons.
Yes. Oh, that and for the fact that we're Lions fans and we just want to stink a championship. That's all we want.
Yeah.
So, all right. Speaking of the Lions, Aaron, you get to pick this next game first. It is the Saturday night game which is kind of a Monday night game since there is no Monday night game this week. The Detroit Lions will travel to Dallas to play the Cowboys. Ooh, boy. Do you break your streak of picking the Lions?
I got burned by the Cowboys last week. I know they're undefeated at home, but I think the Lions go in there and kick some ass. I don't know. I'm not a big believer in Dallas at the moment. And like you said, a lot of the top NFC teams are going through these up and down stretches. So I think this continues the down stretch for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm really torn here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here at play. The Cowboys undefeated at home. The Lions 4-0 going into this game in primetime games. So something's got to give. You got to feel like maybe the Cowboys come out here and play a little bit tougher than normal because, they're on this, downslide, getting embarrassed, but it's a home game, prime time. Give me the Lions to eke out like a field goal victory. I think it's going to be one of those types of games where both teams are going to look great, both teams are going to look terrible, and at the end of the game, a Lions field goal with a kicker they just signed last week to win the game.
Well, I guess you can call me a homer because I'm going with the Lions also. Yeah. This is going to be a really good game, though. If Detroit were to win this game, it would be just as big as their win in Week 1 against Kansas City when they raised their banner. Now, this week, Jimmy Johnson is being added to their Ring of Honor, and what a great victory that would be for us to ruin that night for Jimmy Johnson and the whole Cowboys organization. I think it's going to be a close game. I think if Detroit doesn't win, they're going to give them a hell of a run for their money, I think. So, yeah, I'm still going with the Lions.
Yeah. All right, so 2 sweeps in a row. All right. Then on New Year's Eve, every other game is going to take place on New Year's Eve. In the 1 o'clock slate, the Miami Dolphins will travel to Baltimore to play the Ravens. I got to take the Ravens. I think the Dolphins have slowly become one of the better teams in the league. They were kind of middling. I won't say middling, but they were like in the top 10, they were like 5 through 10. Now I think the Dolphins have become a top 5 team. The Ravens have established themselves, in my opinion, as the number 1 team. So I'm going to take the Ravens.
I agree. I'm going with the Ravens in that game.
Yep, can make it a sweep. I like the Dolphins. They only scored 1 touchdown last week, but I think the Ravens are just on a roll at the moment.
Yep. All right, then we're going to move on to the New England Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. Dad, who you got?
I'm going with the Bills in that game. They're the home team, and they should come out of that one with a win.
I don't want to pick the Patriots, but the Bills are also hot. They're fighting for a playoff spot, possibly a division title if the Ravens beat the Dolphins. So I think the Bills.
Yep, I mean, I'm the same. Like I said, but those Bills have been so up and down this year. This feels like one of those games where now everybody's back on the bandwagon, and the Patriots got that big win against the Broncos last week. Patriots aren't playing for anything other than playing spoiler. Give me the Patriots to beat the Bills in Buffalo to play spoiler. Yeah, I know. Okay. I might get burned, but I mean, I'm going to take that chance.
Okay.
I got 2 games up on both of you anyway, so if that's one I don't get right, that's fine. All right, the next game, the Atlanta Falcons travel to Chicago to play the Bears. Aaron, who do you got?
I'm going to take the Bears. I'm still not sold on the Falcons. They were a nice story early on in the year. Heineke has played better than Ritter, but I don't know. Monsters of the Midway.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bears too. That defense has been playing stellar. Bijan Robinson has had a great rookie season though for the Falcons, so I expect him to kind of get his. But that quarterback situation and Arthur Smith as a head coach, I just don't know if I can trust. I just don't know. He might be fighting for his job here with this game, but give me the Bears to get a big win at home and keep their playoff hopes alive.
I'm sorry, you're both wrong. I'm going with Atlanta in this game. And thanks for mentioning Bijan Robinson because that reminds me I need to order some of his mustard online. But yeah, I don't know why. I'm just going with Atlanta in that game. Just I don't like the Bears.
That Dijon.
If this video gets 10 likes, Randy's going to chug a whole bottle of Bijan's mustard on camera.
I don't like Dijon mustard. I can't do that. Sorry.
All right, the next game. The Tennessee Titans will travel to Houston to play the Texans. Who do I have? Me. Boy, I think the Texans. I don't know if C.J. Stroud's still in concussion protocol or not.
Percussion.
Percussion protocol. It's a new thing. So I'm going to take the Titans to play spoiler. As good as the Texans have been, I don't know. The Titans still have been playing tough despite not having a great record this year. I think Vrabel gets this team ready to play and beat the Texans twice this year.
Nah, I'm going to take Houston being the home team. Give me the Texans in that game.
Yeah, I'll take the Texans as well. I mean, I think Case Keenum is the guy who filled in for Stroud, and I kind of think that Texans still have playoff spot and potentially a division title to play for, so I think they'll come out ready to win.
All right. The Las Vegas Raiders will travel to Indianapolis to play the Colts. Who you got, Dad?
I'm going with the Colts on that one. I don't know. This is kind of a toss-up, but I'm going with Indy as a home team.
Give me the Raiders. They just upset the Chiefs. I feel like they got some momentum going. Antonio Pierce has injected a lot of life into that team. I think they take the momentum from that big win in Kansas City and are like, you know what? Let's F up this playoff race right now. So Raiders.
It's kind of where I'm at, and I believe the Raiders also have an outside chance of still winning that division. I think they're playing for something, and I'll take the Raiders to get a big win on the road. All right, the Carolina Panthers will play the Jacksonville Jaguars in a matchup of two teams that came in the league together back in '95. Aaron, who do you got in this one?
Give me those Cats, the Jaguars.
Which one? Okay. I mean, the Jags are playing for their playoff lives, but something's telling me the Panthers played those Packers tough last week. They're kind of mad about some of those calls that happened in that game. Give me the Panthers to upset the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Wow. I'm going with the safe bet. I'm going with the hometown Jacksonville Jaguars.
Probably not a bad call. I don't know. My gut was saying go Panthers. All right, the Los Angeles Rams will travel to New York to play the Giants. Now, Stafford and the Rams have been playing pretty lights out lately. They've looked really tough. They're looking to make the playoffs. But I know I picked the Giants last week, and the Giants played the Eagles tough. I'm going to take the Giants at home, though. As much as I like Stafford, give me the Giants to take this game.
Well, I like Stafford more than you do, so I'm taking the Rams in that game.
Yep. Give me the Rams. I trust the Rams way more than I trust the Giants. Giants have had moments where they looked average, which is good for them because their season is in the toilet, but I just trust the Rams more.
Understandable. I don't know. Just something about that game also made me go, I think the Giants could pull that one out. All right, then the Arizona Cardinals will travel to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Who you got, Randy?
Philadelphia.
Yeah, give me the Eagles too. If this was in Arizona, I might pick Arizona for the upset. But again, Kyler Murray in a cold weather environment, I don't know. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yep, same boat. Give me the Eagles to get the win. Call it a sweep. Eagles have been on a slide, and they're fighting for their division still. That division's a toss up, and they need to win to get that division. Because who knows if Detroit beats Dallas, it'd be good for Philly. But I think the Eagles are still playing for that. All right, the New Orleans Saints will travel to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers. Aaron, you get this one.
Bucks are gonna lock up that division. Saints are too hit and miss this year. The Bucks are kind of on a roll at the moment.
Yep, give me Baker Mayfield and them Buccaneers. It's gonna be real interesting for the Buccaneers this offseason with Baker. He's been looking great. I'm very happy for Baker. Having a nice coming out party down there in Tampa.
Only the fifth sweep this week. I'm going with Tampa Bay also.
All right. The San Francisco 49ers will travel to Washington to play the Commanders. Boy, what a team to play as your bounce back game. So I'm going to take the 49ers to just embarrass the Commanders and kind of take out their frustration on them.
Yeah, 49ers.
Yeah, make it a sweep. Chase Young revenge game.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Forgot about that. All right, then the Pittsburgh Steelers will travel to Seattle to play the Seahawks. Both these teams, fighting for their playoff lives. Dad, who do you got?
I'm going to go with Seattle. I mean, Pittsburgh has looked better in recent weeks, but um, being on the road and in that environment up in Seattle, I'm taking the hometown Seattle team.
What time is this game being played at?
It's
This
a
is
4
one of
o'clock
the
game.
4 o'clock games.
Yeah, give me Seattle. I kind of want to pick Pittsburgh. I think Mike Tomlin got some life injected that team, but I don't trust Mason Rudolph against
I
that
don't know.
defense.
I mean, two great coaches, two good defenses. The question will come down to the quarterback play for both teams. Is Geno Smith playing? Is it going to be Drew Lock? Who's the Rudolph is starting for the Steelers? So I mean, I don't know. The Steelers looked hot, so I'm going to take the Steelers to get a big upset road win. The Steelers always kind of find a way, and I think aren't they the team with like the longest stretch of 10-win seasons?
I'd say Mike Tomlin hasn't had a losing season, and so he'll be
Right.
8-8 with a loss, but a win guarantees a non-losing season. So
Yeah, so give me that. Tomlin always finds a way, so I'm going to take the Steelers. All right. Then you got the Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Denver to play the Broncos. The Chargers just being eliminated. The Broncos have everything on the line. Aaron, who you got?
I think the Broncos bounce back. I still don't know what's going on in Charger world. I think without Justin Herbert, that definitely hurts their chances. So I think Sean Payton and Russell Wilson bounce back after 2 rough weeks.
Yep, same. I mean, the Chargers, who knows what team's going to show up? I mean, they're just kind of falling apart at the seams. So give me the Broncos to get a bounce back win.
I agree. Make it another sweep. The Broncos in that game.
All right, then the Cincinnati Bengals will travel to Kansas City to play the Chiefs. This should be a get-right game for the Chiefs, shouldn't it? I know the Bengals have been playing tough, but they just got embarrassed by the Steelers last weekend. Are they going to bounce back? I don't know. I think I trust Kansas City more. 2 home games in a row. Andy Reid's going to get them back in shape. So give me the Chiefs.
I agree. I'm still sticking with the Chiefs, even though they haven't looked real good lately. But yeah, give me the Chiefs in this game.
I agree with you. I mean, you have to think with that coach and quarterback and the leadership on that team that kind of game on national TV where they looked terrible. I think they have like a little like, hey, our season's on the line right here. We got to get our stuff together right now. So I think they come back and bounce back.
Yeah, that's a couple games in a row, or at least a couple in the last few weeks, where the poise and what we typically think of the Chiefs and their just like ability to overcome adversity. We've seen Patrick Mahomes losing his cool, Kelsey lost his cool, Andy Reid, kind of losing his cool at a couple points. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think this Chiefs team's going to go far, but I still trust them right now. Like in terms of beating the Bengals,
I think
we haven't seen this out of them.
I think that they are showing themselves as like the brats of the league. Like, oh, now that they're not winning by 2 touchdowns or the refs aren't helping them out so much, now they're acting out, so to speak. They're being little babies about everything. So I think Andy Reid's like, hey, if you guys want another championship, we got to stop acting like this. We got to just play football the way we play football. Like, do the simple things. So I think Andy Reid does that because he's that good of a coach. So I don't expect him to go far in the playoffs, though.
I think Mahomes, buttons it back up too. I mean, I get it. Mahomes, you let the emotions of those games get to you. I think he buttons it up, hopefully, and can get that turned around. All right, we got one game left. Because we don't want Mahomes turning into an Aaron Rodgers. I don't want that happening because I like Mahomes. Anyway, the Green Bay Packers will travel to Minnesota to play the Vikings. Both these teams still eligible for playoff contention. They can no longer achieve the North Division Championship. So, sorry, not sorry. But Randy, you get to pick this one.
I am going with the Packers in this game. I'd like to see them both end up with a tie, but I'm going with Green Bay.
I actually am going with Green Bay also. I think Mullins is too turnover prone. He's taken too many chances. I mean, they win that game if he just takes care of the football a little more. Like they beat the Lions if he takes care of the football. I think The Vikings lost one of their better pass rushers against the Lions too. Hawkinson's done for the year. Don't know about Addison at this point in time. So I think Green Bay knows, like, if we want to go to the playoffs, we have to win this game. So I think Packers come out fighting.
Yeah, boy, I mean, I see what you guys are saying. But I'm going to take the Vikings despite some of that, because for some reason, I think if Mullins like you said, if he doesn't turn the ball over, he's going to find Jefferson. Jefferson's going to have another monster game against that Packers defense. I don't trust Green Bay that much. I think Jordan Love has definitely progressed over the season. That defense has progressed a little bit, and their young receivers have developed. But I still I don't know. They got a little ways to go still. I'm going to take the Vikings at home.
It's a good bet. I mean, it's a toss-up game for me. But...
It's a toss-up game. I mean, like I said, neither of them are playing for a division, but they are fighting for playoff spots. So it should be an entertaining game at the least. And I love seeing Matt LaFleur just get mad. That's my new favorite thing. Watching Matt LaFleur just get really upset is my favorite thing now.
Yeah, we'll see who wants it more.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, anything else? All right, Dan, how many sweeps did we end up having this week?
We ended up with 8 sweeps this week out of 16 games. So half the games, yep.
Half the games this week. All right. And that is it for this week's picks. Guys, anything else, Dad, before you read the outro stuff?
Well, of course, I wore my NFC North Division champ shirt. Adam's all decked out in Lions gear. Aaron, you don't have any Lions gear on, but I respect the 41st annual Kalamazoo Classic 5K race T-shirt that you're wearing from 2019, which you and I both did that year. That was the year after we all went to do the Pat Tillman run out in Arizona. So, nice shirt anyway. So, representing Kalamazoo, even though you're not in Kalamazoo anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guess I'm going to read my part now. If you haven't done so already, please take a moment and like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification on our YouTube channel. We also are on Facebook, X, and Instagram, where the address on all 3 is TWOF Kalamazoo. We have a weekly audio podcast called This Week in the World of Football, which is posted on Tuesdays and is available in all major podcast platforms as well as Amazon Music, so you can simply ask your Alexa device to play the World of Football podcast. You can also find the full audio version of our podcast on YouTube. So please spread the word, give us a like, leave us a comment, let us know what you think, and please come be a part of the football conversation.
Yes, that is right. We appreciate it, everybody. We appreciate the support. And this is the last picks video of 2023. Pretty crazy. It's been a fun year. A lot of different stuff as we're wrapping up the year here at the World of Football. So unless there's much more to say, guys, we'll just wish everybody a happy new year. And we'll see you in 2024.
And the Lions will see us in the playoffs.